this is the most important game week of the year for the Aztecs because everybody's taking finals. So we have one more round this evening. I have 3 that have tests tonight. I've taken advantage of the time myself, Walia Woods, and tried to get a lot of recruiting in while we've been having some individual workouts and really just taking care of business in school. We start practice again today to get ready for a really challenging game up at Cal Poly. I played there a few years ago, and I think I remember saying, I vow I will never come back here again. But sure enough, this weekend I'm going to Cal Poly because they always agree to play us home and away. They do a terrific job. They score in bunches, and it's going to be a big, big challenge for us coming off of finals. But it's one we got to get. You know, we've had a couple missteps on our way, so we've got to take care of our business here before Christmas. We do have one more home game against Fresno Pacific next Wednesday, and then break for Christmas, and then we'll be as good a Surf and Slam since I've been here. Our post-Christmas tournament, Oklahoma State is as high as 8 in the polls, and they'll be here as well as SMU and Harvard. So I think our tournament this year, somebody's going to be 0-2. That's a pretty good team that has a chance to win their league. So a lot of good things in front of us.
Do you feel like you'll need to make a splash in the Surf and Slam to have a chance at an at-large berth if you don't get an automatic one at the end of the conference season?
You know, Cal Poly most likely will win their league, has a good chance of winning their league. But with that said, you're right, that won't really help us from an RPI standpoint. Oklahoma State, Harvard has a chance to win the Ivies. They're in the tournament as well. And this was a morning trivia question. I don't know what league SMU is in. I think they're in the same hybrid 17 leagues that we are, so I'm not quite sure. I thought they were in the Big East, which meant we were going to get those RPI points, but I'm not real sure on that. It'll give us another opportunity. This weekend is important. This weekend we got to hold serve this weekend to put us in position where, you know, if we can beat SMU, then have an opportunity to play either of them. You know, if you look at on paper Oklahoma State, that would give us a huge win. They're going to stay top 15 throughout the season.
Coach, you just played a USD, and now the men are playing USD. Interested, what's your take on why are rivalry games always tight like that? I mean, your game was tight. This game was tight last year.
Well, I think my theory on basketball, I think it depends on the sport in that, you know, if you look at football, if my guys are 300 pounds and your guys are 200 pounds, we can have a slow day, but we're still going to push you over. The great equalizer in basketball is you got to put the ball in the basket. So it doesn't matter who's bigger, faster, stronger, quicker, smaller, older. On any given day, you got to put the ball in the basket. And you've got a lot of people who know one another, who have familiarity with coaches that have familiarity with each other, players that have familiarity with each other. So I think just that all that extra incentive, and sometimes emotion becomes counterproductive when it comes to trying to make shots. You know, I think our game, we're pretty evenly matched this year, and I think if you look at our recent history, usually the team that's a little less talented on paper is the one that has won the game. So, you know, rivalry games, that's what makes it great. You know, it's and that's why no matter what anybody, I mean, you've been hearing, I'm sure, Coach say it all week, is it doesn't matter. Now, you feel a little bit better when it's in your home. You feel a little bit better for all the reasons that we know, but it just makes your juice flow a little bit more. You know, for whatever reason, you didn't recruit that athlete, or they either told you no, or you told them, or, you know, all kinds of stuff goes into it. So it's a lot of fun. Plus, you got to live here and live with it, I think, more than anything else. No matter what happens, you got to live with it for the year. So it puts a little added on top of it.
Jamal was talking about how all their players play in the summer with each other. Do your players play in the summer with their players?
We do. You know, it's hard for women to get enough women to play. So we work real well with USD, and actually we both take turns keeping either place's place open, so our athletes have a chance to play, as well as, you know, all kids that go to school from all over the place. But our two schools are kind of the places where you get playing in the summer.